Hey guys, Mark here from MJ Drive. Thanks for stopping by the channel. I got my daughter today here with me, Talia. School holidays, trying to keep them busy is always a tough day, but we thought we'd go for a little bit of a drive. Just a quick update as well too, guys, on the RS. Spoke to the service department today and they're saying Friday the car should be ready, so they've been waiting for parts, and apparently the gearbox will be getting pulled down tomorrow. Yeah, so guys, it's been annoying me not having the car around. I do miss it, but just got to breathe in a bit of wussa, you know, a bit of deep meditation. The car will come back shortly. So guys, I thought why the car wasn't around, and I've seen these done before, I thought I might go through and share with you my car history of all my cars, obviously from my younger teenager years to up to now. So I thought, why not, let's give it a go. So guys, my first car, that was a 1980s Mazda 323, guys. I actually bought it off my brother-in-law, I think for around $500 odd. At that time I had started my apprenticeship and was doing panel beating. I thought it was a great car to work on. So yeah, it was like a blue sort of faded color. It was manual. To be honest with you, I didn't really sort of drive around with the car too much. The car spent more time in the garage. My mum had a Ford Capri, that's right, one of the convertible Capris. So I was lucky enough to drive around in that, whether you want to call it, you know, one of my own cars, but I did have it for a few years. Obviously looked after the car, obviously its services, had a few dramas with the roof, the convertible roof, the electric windows as well, used to play up with it. So it was a great fun car to drive. I was pretty lucky. I was 21 years of age, and with all my mates and friends, and to basically like have a new car and get around to work and back. Like I said, I think I was pretty lucky with that, so thanks to mum and dad for the Ford. So the gearbox on it was automatic. The bands on it, they actually stretched and went, and I think it cost me something like $1,800 to get the gearbox replaced. And would have been probably 2 weeks later after getting the gearbox done, someone ran up the back side of us and basically rode the car off, guys. So so guys, after the Capri, I decided to buy a Mazda 323 Estina. It was my first new car. I think it was a 1.8 litre twin cam 5-speed. Obviously, you know, it's CD player, tape deck when it was sort of came back in the 90s. I think it might have been a 1994 model from memory. Yeah, it was a pretty great car. Obviously for my first new car, I thought it was great, and it was a really fun car to drive. So that was one of my other cars, the Mazda Estina, guys. Honda CR-V, I bought a brand new Honda. So it's a big difference from a bloody, you know, Subaru to a Honda. So I had that for a few years. That wasn't a bad car. Fun car to drive, like, you know, my first SUV, four-wheel drive, if that's what you want to call it. I know it really wasn't. So I was pretty unlucky with that car. I did take it off-roading, and unfortunately blew up the gearbox in that car. So as you can sort of tell, I've got bloody good luck when it comes to gearboxes. Took it off-road, took it on some sand dunes out at Stockton Beach, and unfortunately we got stuck there for a few hours, and a hefty tow truck fine or ticket to get back home. So yeah, that was the Honda CR-V Proton GTI. It was a 1.8, obviously twin cam motor. It had the Lotus suspension, obviously front and back. It was actually a really nice car to drive, guys, believe it or not. It handled really well. I'm pretty sure they were made in Korea from memory. They were around 102 kilowatt. And it also came with extractors straight out of the box as well. Like I said, Recaro seats, the Lotus suspension. It was actually quite a fun car to drive, believe it or not. It was really nice. I had that one for a few years as well too. I think that from memory, I think it was like around $28,000 drive out the door. And that had the Mitsubishi motor in it, so with the deal with Proton and obviously Mitsubishi. So there was a lot of similarities inside with the dashboard. All their buttons and whatnot were the same as Mitsubishi. Subaru Forester GT. It's a really beautiful car. I think they were around 130 odd kilowatt, 240 something newton meters, something like that. So it was, yeah, it was a silver color. It was a really fun car to drive. Obviously the all-wheel drive system on the Subaru, it's pretty bulletproof. We used to take it away a fair bit to actually go watch a few rallies, the Asian Pacific Rally in Canberra, and yeah, we used to get involved with all the car events, the car clubs, with all the Subaru, or the WRX club as well. So yeah, it was actually a really nice car to drive, no problems with the Subaru. So guys, so while we had the Subaru Forester, the GT, I decided to buy myself another little runaround car. The wife was driving the Subaru to work, and I thought I'd buy myself a Mazda 121, a little Shades. It was a 1.3 litre. It was only a small motor, small car, but you know, at the time it was great to get me to work and back. Obviously it didn't burn much fuel or much oil, so yeah, it went all right. It was a pretty fun little car to cruise around in. No dramas with it at all, and I ended up having that I think for about a year or so. Sold it to a colleague at work in a Hyundai Excel second-hand model, again just to get me to work and back while the wife had the Subaru. It wasn't a bad car for a Hyundai. So it would have been probably 3 weeks after owning that car. Me and the wife went out for the day, and cut a long story short, we actually bought a ticket for one of those cars that you can win, and we were lucky enough, we paid a $4 ticket, and basically I won a Hyundai Getz. So we're pretty stoked at the time. Obviously we're only sort of newlyweds, obviously in our own place, and to win a car was, you know, it was a $14,000 Hyundai Getz. It was only the base model, but I ended up owning that car for, geez, I think nearly 4 years, 3 to 4 years. I think I put around 97, just under 100,000 Ks on it. Yeah, it was a 1.4 litre, obviously petrol motor. Guys, this thing was absolutely bulletproof. I took it away a fair bit, up to, I think I took it to Queensland once, went a fair few times to Canberra with it, obviously for a few rallies. Done a few mods to it, obviously what did I do? I did a uni filter, an exhaust on it. We had some mag wheels, some big mud flaps, obviously tinted windows. The thing was a little beast. Hyundai went, we decided to get rid of the Forester. We went for a 2006 Subaru Forester XT. It had the 2.5 litre engine in it, the Boxster motor. From memory, I think they were around 169 odd kilowatt by 320 newton meters of torque. Yeah, it was a pretty nice car. Obviously a little bit different from the GT, obviously more power, but nice car to drive. Obviously had the exhaust done on that as well too, the cold air intake, and a few mods to it. Plenty of punch. Car went really well. Ford Fiesta XR4. Obviously here in Australia they called it the XR4, and obviously in the UK and Europe and that it was called the ST. So I think I paid around, I think it was close to $16,500 for it. It was a 2007 model from memory. I think they were around 110 kilowatt by around 190 something newton meters of torque. It was a really nice car, guys. Obviously built overseas, built in Germany. Had the Zetec motor in it, so for a 2 litre, small car, power to weight ratio, it had plenty of punch, heaps of power, guys. It was a really nice car to drive. The Mitsubishi Ralliart Colt, from memory I think it was a 1.5 MyVec engine, so it was a turbocharged motor. I think it was around 115 odd kilowatt. And it wasn't a bad car as well too, guys, for a for a turbo. The thing got up and it definitely went. Did the exhaust on that as well, the air filter, and had all the sway bars on it from Ralliart as well. I think when I bought that, it had around 60 odd thousand Ks on it. Believe it or not, a school teacher had owned that car, and I do regret selling that car. I actually do miss it a lot. Same with the XR4. They were really nice cars to drive. Like I said, nice and small, great on fuel. And yeah, it's always the cars that you let go, I guess, that the ones that you love, that you always end up regretting that you sold, and you do miss. So I did have that for a little while, and then obviously had ordered the Fiesta ST, the 2014 model, which you would have seen on my first vlog that I did. So I bought that brand new, the little Fiesta, the ST. Guys, that was a great car. I'll tell you what, a great car. Never let me down once. It was bulletproof, and it just handled like anything else. Great handling, obviously heaps of power. I reckon the right amount of power that came with that car. Okay, thanks for watching as always, and a big thank you to the new subscribers that have come onto the channel. It means a lot, guys, as well too, for all the comments in regards to the last video. Much appreciated. It's nice to know that you guys are listening, and always thanks for watching. Smash that thumbs button, and as always, guys, don't forget, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching. Cheers. See you.